Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we're going to be covering another miscellaneous topic, this time looking at Bringer and the super exponential combo. Now that is a mouthful, and yeah, things are about to get crazy, so buckle up. Let's look at this spirit here. So this is a combo that I was not aware of until recently. It is a combo that players have been abusing in the play-by-post games. It is not something that comes up frequently, but you can increase the rate of it coming up based on the team that you are building. Now, what is the combo? So the combo is you have Bringer here. You have the scary, spooky guy, and you're gonna abuse this special rule. And the special rule is stating that you can never damage or destroy invaders. And whenever you would destroy invaders, you're just going to generate a lot of fear. So explorers, 0 fear, towns, 2 fear, cities, 5 fear. You then push explorers and towns. Now you have both the violence and the enticing aspects that can amplify this special rule. Violence generating more fear, or enticing, actually not altering the special rule, but enticing gives you an extra combo piece with the right innate. Now, so that is going to be what the combo is built around. Now we are going to combo it with a major card called Melt Earth into Quicksand. And this is a 4 energy fast power moon, water, earth. It is 1 fear, 2 damage, isolate the land. After invaders / Dahan are moved into the land, destroy them. Now you have this special rule that says you can never destroy invaders. If you would, you push them. So the whole point of this combo is, what if you isolate multiple lands next to each other? You use this card into multiple lands multiple times and you destroy a town. And then you can bounce that town between lands to generate a lot of fear. Now, it isn't infinite fear because it can't trigger itself, but it's going to be a whole lot of fear. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So up here, I have any board has sands and wetlands adjacent. And I'm going to use the example that one of the players in my play group put together for me because, let's be honest, I'm just damn too lazy. So they have it all written out here. The different isolates with colors, that is going to be different uses of Melt Earth. So that's assuming Melt Earth is played 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So 4 times the card is being played. So that means you can't just do the combo with Bringer alone. Bringer is going to have to bring friends. Maybe you're bringing a Fractured Days, which is where the combo is most oftenly abused, is with this spirit because of slips. And this just, once again, it's giving more stock to Fractured Days, just another busted car or busted combo that Fractured Days is a part of. But you can also do this with other spirits like Downpour, right? With that Gift of Abundance, or with Locust Serpent, or Earth. Any spirit that can repeat cards. Maybe you find Power Storm in the major deck. Stuff like that. You just need ways to repeat Melt Earth. But like I said, Fractured is going to be that main friend to enable the combo. Okay, so you have 2 isolates, or 2 uses of Melt Earth will be in one land. I'll put it, let's say we'll have land C2. The other 2 are going to be in the wetland. Now, for the purpose of this example, because I'm going to try to do my best to explain the interactions, if the interactions confuse you, just like it confuses me, I'm just going to tell you what the end output is. So we're going to assume both lands are completely empty and that this card is just played twice in this land, twice in this land. Now we're going to assume a town is pushed into C2. Now that push could be from Bringer, maybe you killed that town. It also could be from other spirits in the game. Maybe you're playing with a river player and that river decides to push that town. Well, because the Melt Earths are Bringer's power, they're going to trigger the special rule of Bringer. So you don't need Bringer to kill. You just need Bringer to set up the Melt Earths. Okay, so the town comes in. It's now going to trigger both the A Melt Earth as well as the D Melt Earth. Now, as you can see, after that town is moved and destroyed, ooh, I thought it would stay still there. Okay, let's say it moves it would get destroyed because of Melt Earth A. You can drop the isolate and instead push it. Well, now when you push it to land C5, you trigger both Melt Earth B and Melt Earth C. And now both of those triggers will go on the stack. So now the Melt Earth B isolate will do 2 damage, killing the town, or not killing it, but you guys know what I mean. The town would be pushed. It'd push over here to C, and then it can get pushed or into D. It would then get pushed from D into C, and then from C it can get pushed back to land 2. But you've already triggered it for both A and D, so this town can't be killed again. So you can actually just it can't be triggered again. So the action tree can only be triggered once per isolate. So it'd be A, B, D, C, or it'd be A. Well, not or, it'd be and. So it's A, B, D, C, and A, C, D, B. And as you can see here on the right, from the A action tree, you're going to get 7 triggers, basically 7 destructions, in quotes, destructions of that town. But that's just for land A. You also have to do it for D. so just like I said, you have A, B, D, C, A, C, D, B. You also have D, C, A, B, as well as D, B, A, C. So really, by pushing a single town into land C2, you're going to get a total of 14 triggers. Now, hopefully you guys are still hanging in this video with me, but that 14 number is really important because now that 14 number, you need to multiply it by whatever you're destroying. So if I destroyed, let's say it was a town, that means that town is, each time it's destroyed, it's going to generate us 2 fear. You're going to get 14 triggers. That means for 1 town push, you're going to get 28 fear. Yeah, 1 town push gets you that much. Now you guys can see just how absurd this is going to be. Now imagine you pushed 10 towns. That's 280 fear. You guys just won the whole game. And you might be saying, wait, what pushes 10 towns? Binder. Or maybe you picked up a major. Oh, and this is also each per action. What if you pushed 3 towns with 1 action, 3 towns with another action? Every time a town gets pushed, it's going to trigger it 7 times. Okay. So that is how this generates a lot of fear. Now, what if we upgrade it to violence? Now, instead of generating 2 fear per town, it's going to be 3 fear per town. And also, it's going to generate fear for explorers moved. So, as you can see, violence is just going to put this special rule and just going to throw it through the roof. Now, what does enticing do instead? Enticing gives you gathers. So now it's like, wait a minute. Now I can just gather invaders to trigger to trigger the triggers for free, just built into the kit. So that's what enticing does, but it generates a lot less fear. So that's why I have both of the aspects over here. So 14 triggers by pushing a single town in. Now, this is where it gets way over the top for me, and conceptually just confuses me, so I'm just not going to get too far into it. But imagine now you actually had buildings in these lands, and you know Melt Earth is doing damage while you're triggering it. So, like, imagine if you did, like, you had a town here, right? And you did the 2 damage first, it would trigger Melt Earth, that town would get pushed out, sure. But now let's say you did it here, in land B, and let's say there was another town in land C. Now you did 2 damage here. What would get pushed to B and then pushed to A? So you actually, as you're playing Melt Earth, if these lands have buildings in them or explorers, you can actually begin triggering the fear. You basically get extra fear, if that makes sense. And like I said, this is just assuming both lands are empty. There will be more fear if there's invaders that you're pushing as you're triggering your Melt Earths. Okay, so over here I have, so Emu is actually the player that put this together for me. They also did some FAQs, a very commonly asked questions. So it says, how did B get triggered twice? I'll just let you guys read this. I'm not going to. Then there's some other questions. You guys can pause the video. I'm not going to get really into the nitty gritty of the specifics. To me, what matters is this final number, 14 triggers, pushing a single town into the lands. I had another player in my play group that did some coding And down here, this is what they said. If both lands have 2 isolates, they did their own written. I honestly don't understand. I do dentistry. I don't do math. But they ended up also getting 14 players in the rules Discord have spent or exhausted a lot of time and a lot of resources into figuring out the numbers. The golden number is 14. And just for those that are interested, if you have 3 isolates in both lands, your number comes out to be 138. So that means you'd get 138 triggers if you had an extra 2 isolates. So just imagine if you imagine how much fear you can generate. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the combo, the combo, how the combo occurs. Now, is this combo or does this combo come up frequently? I would say no. I mean, I've played this game, like as I've said in my videos, over 10,000 games played over the last 6 years, and this just I've never come across the combo until recently. Really, like you can set up the combo right if you're playing Bringer, if you're playing with a Fractured Days, um, you could dig for this combo, and I'm sure you can set this up with a pretty high consistency rating. But I think without Fractured Days, being able to get 4 isolates in these lands is going to be relatively challenging. Not impossible, just challenging. Like you'd have to use stuff like Melt Earth, like maybe Bringer is only playing Melt Earth. Someone plays Twin Days on Bringer, someone plays a Power Storm. Like there's ways to get it without Fractured, but it's going to be a lot more challenging. But yeah, if you have Fractured, if you have Bringer sees so many cards, it's very easy to eventually find this Melt Earth and to enable this combo. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If you guys have any questions, I'm not going to really be able to explain this exactly. As you guys have noticed, I don't fully understand the triggers, and I'm sure there are people that have far more experience with the math behind this that can answer your guys' questions. If you do, I recommend joining the Discord, going into the rules section, asking the developers, asking players that have studied this more than I have. I'm just bringing this to your guys' attention. Um, do I think this is going to break the meta? No. Do I think this is going to raise Bringer stock? Uh, it might raise it a little bit, but I think the combo is extremely niche and it requires a lot of setup. If anything, it only solidifies in my mind that Fractured Days is the best spirit in Spirit Island, which I mean, I didn't really need this to know that. I mean, we've seen many more reasons why, but it just shows you just how deep this game is when you really like just how deep it is. And like I've played this game so long and I never even come across this, so it's like even I'm still learning just crazy cool combos and just little intricacies. If you like this video, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.